Couple of projects that I wanted to do, and one of them is going to be this project, which is new bins for storage. Okay, so it's got, obviously there's an angle down to towards the center of the boat. I want to try to account for that. I've created sort of a mock-up of the construction using some scrap wood that I had here. So essentially what it is just some drawer joints, and then run some dados so that I can create storage separators on here. So I'll make it out of marine plywood.
Can you remember what it's like when all the world's filled with light? Now do you have that in your sight? Spread it around, do. Spread it around, do. Spread it around, do. Have you felt joy in your days? Even though you've had your share of pain, what does hoarding all that joy gain? Spread it around, do.
Okay, here it is without the bottom end yet. You can see that the last part that I did made these rabbets so that I can just place a bottom panel in. On the corners of here, you can see how that joint works. That means that when you pull it this way, there's a lot of strength here, as opposed to like a butt joint or any other kind of joint, and it's pretty easy to make. I made these a little bit proud when I did it, because you can see like in some places the edges will get like this. So what I want to do is I'll once I glue it up, I'll fill these cracks, any of the cracks and anything in, and then I'll use a pattern bit and trim it flush and then sand it down, and it should be pretty good corners. It's the same thing. This is the gap that you get. This is the gap that you get on the sides. So to hide that, I can fill it on the back end where it won't be seen. But on the front, I'm gonna put like a nice face or something on this.
It's true about love. It'll die if it's covered up. It's gotta be all given away, so we can all feel the heat of its rays.
All right, well, here we go. I made a mistake and cut the wrong side of one face, so I flipped the whole thing around and recut it on this side. I'll just fill that and paint over it. But yeah, it goes a little bit, I justified it a little bit to this side so I can get my hand in and run the control on the heater. But that should work.
How do you know that I don't have a soul? How can you look me in the eye me know a soul is a soul is a soul is a soul. I've been forced down ever since I was just small, tied in a hall or chained out of doors. When a soul is a soul, is a soul, is a soul. Well, you claim the bed lifted up off the floor. Now how do you know I'm not as good as you are? When a soul is a soul is a soul is a soul. Now you have habits that define your kind, but deny me mine most all of the time. And a soul is a soul is a soul is a soul. Now you say that I need to be trained when I'm only doing what nature demands. It ain't soul is a soul.
On the galley box side, this has to come all the way out. So on the galley box side, coconut water. This is my garbage can. And then I keep a couple little snacks in here too, and paper towels. And this compartment and this compartment swap. So if I needed the gimbal stove or the heater, I can just drop it into these grooves that I made. I just put some little screws on there and it just sits there and swings. Storage for my jet boil stove and the jet boil canister. Ghee instead of butter because it doesn't go rancid. Mustard, salt and pepper. My final press, so this is how I'm making coffee. It's a little French press. And then an extra plastic mug and some of the other things for my jet boil. In here is utensils, so ceramic knives. They don't rust, you don't need to sharpen them. Can opener, ceramic scissors, pencils, forks, spoons, that sort of thing. And that slides all the way back, so it's covered if it's raining. But usually I have it a little bit out, just to get stuff easier to get to. And